Last Friday, Afghan and coalition forces discovered a drug and weapons cache during a counter-narcotics operation in Achin district, Nangarhar province. Combined forces found 700 kilograms of heroin shut down. Governor Mangal is leading the way to decrease narcotics trafficking throughout Helmand, where more than 2/3 of all cultivation in Afghanistan in 2008 occurred. His comprehensive approach to counter-narcotics, supported by the international community, helped reduce cultivation in the province by 37%. Further minimizing narcotics revenue is critical to degrading the power of the insurgency. Illegal narcotics fund a large portion of the insurgency's effort to harm both the Afghan people and Afghan and coalition forces. And if you look now at the screen, you will see several examples of these efforts. And while the narcotics trade has been significantly disrupted in Helmand, Afghan and coalition forces are making headway in finding and destroying illegal narcotics also in other parts of the country. Last Friday, Afghan and coalition forces discovered a drug and weapons cache during a counter-narcotics operation in Achin district, Nangarhar province. Combined forces found 700 kilograms of heroin, 100 kilograms of opium, drug laboratory barrels and equipment, 1 pistol, and 9 AK-47 magazines. The number of chance narcotics finds during security operations has actually increased 2.5 times more from 2009 to 2010. In the past 2 weeks, there have been at least 10 narcotic seizures. In the last 12 weeks, more than 85,000 kilograms of narcotics were collected and destroyed. Over the same period last year, Afghan and coalition forces collected and destroyed 30,000 kilograms, thus proving the correlation between security and narcotics trafficking. As security improves, narcotics trafficking decreases. But finding and destroying illegal drug caches are not the only way that Afghan and coalition forces are working to end narcotics trafficking. From 2009 to 2010, the Afghan Counter-Narcotics Criminal Justice Task Force dealt with 395 cases involving 502 suspects. The primary courts convicted 440 drug traffickers, and this represents significant progress. For example, in 2005, the court only managed to secure 36 convictions. Furthermore, the Afghan Criminal Justice Task Force also secured convictions against individuals previously considered untouchable, quote unquote. Last year, 21 public officials were convicted of drug trafficking offenses, including corrupt security officials. The capacity and capability of Afghan officials, however, continue to improve, and many are contributing to the fight against the narcotics trade. While Afghan and coalition forces are working to increase security throughout the country, they are also working to increase professional development across the force. Last Friday, nearly 300 Afghan soldiers from the 4th and 5th Kandags and the Garrison Support Unit of the 4th Brigade 203rd Afghan National Army Corps in Logar began taking literacy classes as part of an Afghan Department of Defense program. The soldiers are also receiving cultural awareness and religion instruction. Afghan Army officers are teaching the lessons to their soldiers. The goal of the Afghan National Army is for every soldier to earn a basic reading proficiency. There are currently more than 50,000 members of the Afghan National Security Forces enrolled in literacy training. Thank you very much, and with this I'll take your questions. All right. Please.
Thank you.
I have two questions, General. One, recently we have seen Taliban attack more of financial centers like the city center, one of the main supermarkets in town, and Saturday's attack on Kabul Bank. Many believe this is a change of tactic, Taliban focusing more on financial institutions of Afghanistan. I'd like to have your take on that, if you see that as a change of tactic. And my second question is on Kunar. You've seen President Karzai's statement and also comments by Kunar governor claiming that the NATO airstrike killed more than 50 civilians. What's your battleground assessment show? Do you confirm any civilian casualties?
Thank you.
سوال ما در رابطه با تغییر تاکتیک های محاربه‌ای طالبان است. در این اواخر دیده شده که اونا بعضی از ساحات تجارتی جاهایی که منبع مالی برای بعضی از افراد شروع میشه، مثال مراکز تجارتی مثل سیتی سنتر، فایننس و بعضی ساحات دیگه که بودن اونا مورد حمله کردن و همچنان ما شاهد یک رویداد بروز شنبه بودیم که اونا کابل بانک مورد هدف قرار دادن. آیا شما فکر نمی‌کنید که یک تغییر در تاکتیک محاربه‌ای طالبان باشه اونا شیوه نبرد خود را به قسم دیگه تغییر داده باشن؟ نظر شما رو در این مورد میخوام. همچنان سوال دوم در رابطه با ولایت کنر است و اتفاقی که در ولایت کنر افتاد در روز گفته میشه که تقریبا حدود 50 تن یا بیش از 50 تن از افراد ملکی در کشته شد و همچنان شما بیانیه آمد کرزی را هم در این مورد میکنن این مسئله تقریبا کرد. آیا شما تلفات افراد ملکی در ولایت کنر هم تایید میکنید؟
First of all, we do not see actually a trend towards attacks against financial centers. That might be, say, a kind of a random observation. But what we do see is a change of tactics insofar as the insurgency obviously tends now to target soft targets, in other words, civilians. Although they have always showed very little regard for safety and security of Afghan civilians, this kind of attack now has increased, as we see.
خب در رابطه با پاسخ سوال اول شما باید بگویم که ما هیچ دیدگاهی را یا نظر را در رابطه با اینکه طالبان مراکز تجارتی را مورد حمله قرار میدن چیزی را نمیبینیم و شاید کمتر تا یک چنین نظر در این مورد صورت بگیره. و یگانه چیزی را که ما میشه با شما بگویم این است که اونا اصلا اونا بوده ساخت تارگت گفتن یا اهداف ملایم و اهداف روشن‌تر شفافتر که اکثر هدفشان از سافت تارگت منظورش افراد ملکی است. اونا اکثرا کوشش میکنن که با هدف قرار دادن افراد ملکی یک روشنیت را برپا کنن و یک ترس را در بین مردم ایجاد کنن.
So actually they do not care who they hurt in the process, and they are always ready and willing, sacrificing the life of their Afghan countrymen.
خب اونا اصلا در قصه زینی هستن و توجه به این نمیکنن که اونا کی را متضرر میسازن دیگه راستا و کی آسیب میرسانن و او کسایی است که مثلا افراد ملکی افغانای ملکی است که متضرر میشن.